Hello everyone, are you planning to go to Costa Rica soon? If so, I have 9 things you need to know before you go to make your trip planning
Mami,
easier.
muévete, que tu avalao te ha dicho otra vez que tu mala santa ya sabe cómo es. Y la santa canta, todo el mundo de pie. Mami, muévete, que tu avalao te ha dicho otra vez que tu mala santa ya sabe cómo es. Y la santa canta, todo el mundo de pie.
Are you new to this channel? Consider subscribing and hit that like button. Also, things are changing so rapidly that I put many links below so you can check back often. All people traveling to Costa Rica must fill out an online health pass from the Costa Rican government. So what you need to do is you need to fill it out 72 hours prior to departure. You also need to fill out the pass for every single person in your family, including children. And again, make sure you do that before you hit the airport. And then what will happen is you will receive a QR code that you will need for entry into the country. Costa Rica is one of the few countries that doesn't require a vaccine against COVID-19 to visit. Also, you don't have to present a negative COVID test or you don't have to quarantine. However, if you are unvaccinated, you have to purchase travel insurance in case you get COVID-19. If you are fully vaccinated or under the age of 18, you only have to fill out the health pass. If you are unvaccinated, you have to attach an insurance certificate to your health pass. When you complete your health pass, you will be sent a QR code. And a tip on this is you can either print it out to bring it with you or take a screenshot as you present it when you enter into Costa Rica. As a side note, you should always check the government website to see what other vaccinations might be recommended. For example, hepatitis A and hepatitis B and tetanus are typically recommended before going to Costa Rica. If you are unvaccinated and need to purchase insurance, there are a few approved companies from the Costa Rican government. I've put links below so you can check them out. Make sure you get quotes from them and then also check with your own travel insurance company. The insurance company will have to provide you with a certificate or letter, and make sure that they include your full name, the dates that you're traveling, and that you have the minimum coverage, which is $50,000 for medical expenses and also $2,000 for travel interruption or in the case that you need to quarantine. With the Costa Rican companies, some of their policies say a minimum of $20,000 medical insurance. Just make sure that you ask those questions before purchasing. The insurance certificate must say that the policy covers COVID-19, and also do not forget to upload it to your health pass when you are filling it out. Even if you're exempt from this travel insurance, always make sure that you purchase travel insurance in case something goes wrong. Now also, let your insurance company know what activities you're going to be participating in, because most often it requires extra insurance. Like for example, if you're going to be scuba diving or doing zip lining or even some other activities which require additional insurance. The rules change really quickly, but currently masks are required in all indoor public spaces, such as airports, hotels, restaurants, malls, grocery stores, and things like that. You don't need to wear a mask outside unless you are unable to socially distance. Although Costa Rica is fairly open, there's still a few restrictions to be aware of. Hotels, more than 100 rooms, are at about 75% capacity. Bars are at about 25% capacity, and then businesses are closed at about 10 p.m. Beaches are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And currently there is no activities with large group gatherings like concerts, sporting events, fairs, and things like that. Also, make sure to check with any tourism companies for any activities that you want to do to make sure they're open, and also find out what the cancellation policies are in case you are pre-booking and they have to cancel. There's a lot of important information you need to know when departing Costa Rica and getting back into your own country. Everyone leaving Costa Rica has to pay a departure tax, which is $29 US. You can pay it at the airport prior to leaving on your flight. Sometimes you can pay it at the hotel, and some airlines actually include it in the fee, but make sure you check with your airlines to see if the fee is included. One of the most important parts of planning your trip is to check the government website for the re-entry rules into your country. I've put a link below for Canada and US so you can see what the requirements are. For example, the US and Canada require that you provide a negative COVID test within 72 hours of departing. Also, each of the countries require their own different types of tests, so make sure you check your government website to see which test is required. There are many places in Costa Rica to get the required tests. Even some hotels provide tests, as well as at the airport. I've provided a link below to the various places that you can get tests. It is in Spanish, but it does have phone numbers that you can call to find out what the requirements are and what their hours are. The costs also vary quite a bit. You can pay anywhere from $60 all the way as high as $300. So again, do your research, and I would do this before arriving in Costa Rica just to make things as smooth as possible once you're there. The times for getting the test back do vary, so make sure again that you ask that question. Some come back as quickly as 8 hours, up to as much as 24 hours, and even a little bit longer. So again, do your research prior to departing. I've mentioned this before in another Costa Rica video, but when you go pick up your car rental, you are required to purchase third-party liability insurance. And this isn't shown usually when you do your price comparison, so it could come in as quite a shock. Our car rental went up by like $300 when we went to pick it up. That was a huge surprise, so just make sure that you're aware of that when you're booking your rentals. This cost is not covered by your credit card or your home insurance like it is in other countries that you travel to. So just make sure that you're aware of that when you're booking your rental. If you have an unlocked phone, you can buy a prepaid SIM card at the Colby, which is their national telecommunications company. There's one at the San Jose airport, but unfortunately not one at the Liberia airport. You can buy them at most drugstores and supermarkets. You can also check with your car rental company, as they sometimes have them as well. To buy a SIM card, you will need your passport and you will have to fill out a form. The charge is $3.50 administration fee, plus whatever amount you're putting on your SIM card. The colon is the currency of Costa Rica. US dollars and credit cards are widely accepted, and there are many ATM machines as well, which is what we use. We usually bring US cash and colones with us. That just makes us feel a little bit more prepared rather than scrambling when we get to the airport. And then after we use up that money, we typically use ATMs and credit cards. So what we did is we used colognes at like the smaller shops, gift shops, mom and pop restaurants, and fruit stands and things of that nature, because you're just not sure what they're gonna give you for a US exchange rate. So for us, we brought $1,000 split between US cash and colognes, and that got us through most of our trip. A word of advice, make sure you let your credit card company know that you're leaving the country and going to Costa Rica. We had this happen to us. We forgot to let them know, and then we arrived in a country and our credit card was blocked and we did not have any extra cash on us. So it was really stressful at the time. Still at the airport in Bali, challenge number 2,
Yeah.
we are unable to retrieve cash from any of the bank machines. So we can't catch a cab. It's late at night. I don't know what time it is. 11 maybe? 11 o'clock? I don't know.
I'm not
Happy New
tired.
Year. But we
I
have
am
no
not-
money.
No money. We only have about $4.
We suggest not using your main credit card and then changing your PIN once you get home. Although we were super careful about our credit card, we actually did not change the PIN, and then a bunch of charges showed up on the card a few weeks later. So take it from us. We hope this information is valuable in helping you plan your trip to Costa Rica. I know it's a little harder right now, but a lot of planning does go a really long way. Also, don't forget to check out our other Costa Rica videos for awesome tips, awesome beaches to see and things to do. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. See you in the next video.